Hello everybody, this is TK Whopper, and this is going to be my first video in my series of tutoring. And so the way this is going to work, I've rethought what my original plan was. I'm going to spectate someone's game, or you could send me a replay, either one works. I'm going to spectate the game and just follow one person the entire game. In this game, it's going to be Zlod, which is Zyra on purple side. So I'm going to follow that champion around the entire game, and I am going to say what they could have done better, what mistakes they made, or what things they actually did well. So we're going to get into the game here soon, I hope. This one's actually spectating. I guess it's kind of ideal if it's a replay, because when I have the full replay, I can fast forward through the boring parts. In this situation, I'm not really going to be able to do that. But it's not terrible. It's not the end of the world. So, Zyra, and she is laning against a Lux. Lux Zyra, that's pretty much even lane. I don't know. I might give an edge to Lux, but that's just because I love Lux, and I think she beats everyone else. I really think it is an even lane. So, game started. What else can I talk about? I guess I'll talk about Zyra in general. You're gonna want to start either Doran's 2, Fairy Charm, a lot of wards and potions, or Crystalline Flask. But you really want to start. I think Doran's 2 is pretty good. I don't know. A lot of pros have been doing that recently, so I've kind of gotten into it. I don't do it that much though. I don't know. Doran's 2 is just fine. So she has 50 AP, which means she has a lot of flat AP, which is not really what you want on Zyra. Maybe you can't afford the runes, but what I do on Zyra is flat AP, sorry, I'm just kind of spazzing out. Flat AP quints, magic penetration marks, AP per level glyphs, and then flat... Oh, that's a lie. I lied to you guys, I'm sorry. Forgive me. Oh, what's happening? Okay, that was interesting. I take flat magic resist glyphs, flat AP quints, flat magic penetration marks, and then either flat mana regeneration or flat armor seals, depending on what lane I'm against. I guess if you're against like an AD lane, you don't really need the flat magic resist on the glyphs, but I don't know. I don't have the IP. That Caitlyn should have put the trap in this bush, because this trap does pretty much literally nothing, because it's so easy to avoid, and it's not really in any direct path that you can just never hit it for the entire game. I mean, Lee Sin walked on it because he's Lee Sin, and he's a boss, but like, this is just, what is it? Okay, don't, this is Caitlyn advice. Put your traps in choke points, so even if they see it, they can't avoid it, or in bushes, so they can't see it. Like at the right edge of the bush. He's getting a leash. This person, they're leashing. Start with Q on Zyra, obviously. Don't use your Q like that, because now his lane's pushed, and what am I doing? Focus on this person. Now his lane is pushed, and he's gonna be vulnerable to a gank. You only really want to use your Q if you can poke them, or if you're gonna get 2 CS that you ordinarily would miss. If you're using it to just get 1 CS and it's in like a horde of minions, that's really bad. But something he did actually do good that I want to highlight just now was he did a little auto attack harass, which Zyra has I think 575 range, which is pretty good for a mage, and it really allows you to auto attack harass. Like, she's pushing really hard right now. An early game with no wards, you don't want to be pushing. Now, thing about Zyra, you get E level 2. I mean, it's kind of personal opinion, but I much prefer E, because if you can hit an E early game and then you change it into a Q, it can be really powerful. With like some auto attacks in there. That was a good Q. Got, I think, a minion and killed or damaged the Lux. Just CSing pretty well. Good auto attack harass, good auto attack harass. Good Q, good Q. Sorry about that. Alright, see, but here's where the problem lies. He should, okay, there, I can tell you a mistake he just made. He might be able to kill him with the passive. Alright, so, we're gonna go back and we're gonna watch what happened. We're gonna watch what happened again. Alright, stop lag now, spectators. So, right now, he is right here, and he has no wards. Alright, wait. Let's close this. Let's pause. Right now, you should be thinking to yourself in his position, if the jungler ganks me, what is going to happen? Because if the jungler could be ganking him right now, he can't possibly know because he has no wards. So you always have to be thinking to yourself, if the jungler would gank me right now, what would happen? If the answer is I'm gonna die, you should probably fall back. So staying this far pushed was a pretty bad idea because he obviously knows the jungler is gonna gank him. Not only get back on Zyra. Not only is the jungler gonna gank him, but he's gonna die. And then his second mistake was he had flash that whole time. If he had... Alright, this is kind of a mistake. The reason I'm fast forward... Alright. Right there. If he had flashed that snare, I'm pretty sure he could have lived. Because Lee Sin's Q's on a relatively long cooldown, and I don't think he would have been able to hit it in time to actually kill her before she got to the tower. You saw how low Lee Sin got. If he had taken like a tower shot, he would have died. So, the reason I rewind so much is now I can just speed it up until she comes back to lane. Alright, now we can watch again. Alright. That was actually a mistake on Xin Zhao's part. He ganked before she was actually in the lane. No, go back to Zyra. He ganked before she was actually in the lane. Okay. That was bad Q. Alright. Alright. Go stay on the Zyra. No, don't do directed camera. There we go. Yeah, max Q. Go Q into E. Because leveling your W does not really do that much. And the root duration goes up on E, which is huge. Right now, what? See, he's making the same mistake. He's way too pushed right now. If the jungler ganks him, he's gonna die. He's half health, like not even that much mana, and he has no wards. So, alright, he's going to ward that bush. I don't love that ward. I kind of prefer it in that bush, but this ward's pretty good. No, this ward's actually just better than the ward in that bush. Yeah, I should be warding there. What am I talking about? The reason that I like warding here is because not only can you do it from over this wall, you can also, it's a lot closer to lane, so you're not going to miss as much CS. But it's not as far of a ward, so you're more vulnerable to ganks. Problem is, if they... Oh, okay, I think he just screwed up. No offense. I gotta rewatch. Alright, so... Is there XP? I can't see his XP. Alright, that Q. Actually, does he get this kill? No. So, he used both Flash and Ignite for her nothing. So it was a bad trade. We can rewatch it. The main mistake here was he didn't know his damage well enough. He knows she has the shield. So right as he goes for this aggression, he should have realized that he can't penetrate that shield. Like he can't get past it with just his... This directed camera thing is annoying. He can't get past it with just his Ignite and auto attacks. So what he should have done is just not dived, because she was a lot lower than him, and waited for all his cooldowns to come back up, and then he could have either dived or just zoned her. That's forward. Alright, lane. CS, lane. Good ward. He thought to himself, if the jungler came, he's still pushing really hard. I mean, I don't know. You don't really want to push your lane that hard on a champ with Zyra. Alright, whoops. Alright. Because when you push that hard, it makes it hard to receive ganks, which Zyra is really good at with a snare and knockup, which you can chain really easily. And you don't have much of an escape. You have your ult and E, which is pretty good, stopping the chasers. But she's not like Ari, she's not mega mobile, so you don't really want to push that much of it. And right there, alright, he made a mistake just there. Alright, so he's landing. He has his ult. Alright, well, he'll just level up. He does have his ult. He can get it. Alright, so the mistake there was he had two choices and he picked neither of them. I'll explain to you what I mean. After he landed that E, right now he thinks I can either run, accept that I got some damage on her with the E and be done, or I can go in and try and kill her. Instead, he doesn't level his ult. He goes half in, like hits a minion, and then just Qs her. So what he should have done is leveled his ult, ulted her on the very edge so she would get knocked up, and it would be chained, or he should have just ran. So it didn't end up working out, and he died. Go to Zyra.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Okay. Crud. Alright. I skipped a lot. He probably poked it down, which is good. Zyra's really good at poking, because her Q is long range. Again, I don't like all this pushing that he's doing. Alright, so... Alright, he made a really, really big mistake here. His mistake was ulting really late. If he had... We'll rewatch this. As soon as he lands that E, ult. As soon as you land the E with Zyra, you have to ult. Because if you wait as long as he did, it gives them a chance to flash out of the knockup, and then you lose a lot of damage from your plants. So, it didn't end up working out for him. Right now, he's just got to call it a loss and get out. Because if at least didn't have his ult, which I think he did it or something, I don't know. He could have killed her very easily. But when you're that low health and you don't have your lane entirely warded, you just got to get out. Alright, so now he's in the lane. Got hit by a Q. Luck should have capitalized on that. Lane. Good poke. Blah, blah, blah. Good poke. Something that is good with Zyra. If you want to push your lane really hard, she's really good at that. And then just go do wraiths. Push lane, do wraiths. Push lane, do wolves. Push lane, do wraiths. And you can get a huge gold advantage over your enemy. It's actually a great strategy, but you need some kind of mana regeneration. What's she building? Alright, she's building fine. Alright, so right here, he should have attempted to turn it. Because the plants do a lot of damage, and you really want to, when there's a Lee Sin that's coming at you, he's level 6, you got 2 levels on him, you have all of your summoner spells and all your normal spells up, that's kind of the time you want to fight. And a mistake here is you don't want to use both plants helping you to clear the blue buff. It's very slight, but you don't really need 2 for it. Something to note though that's very important is you should never have 2 seeds with Zyra, because there's no point to it. Alright, that was dumb with you. Because as soon as you get 2, just try and put one down in your lane, like right here, or just near your opponent's minions to kind of zone them. And if they want to get rid of it, they risk getting hit by a Q. So, because when you have 2 seeds, you're not regenerating any more seeds. Lux did not have her ult. Alright, the instant he hit that E, again, he could have ulted and it would have been a free kill. Because the knockup would have stalled enough for Xin Zhao to get there, and with all of his other spells and flash, he definitely would have gotten it. So, with Zyra, right after you hit your E, go back to the Zyra. Right after you hit your E, you have to make a decision, do I want to capitalize or just poke? No, I mean, do I want to get free poke or do I want to go for the kill? Or do I want to run away? Because when you're being chased, you're going to E just to stop them from chasing you. That was good. He ulted, which is pretty good combo. Yeah, so after you use your E, you have to think, do I want to go in with this one? Or do I want to get poke? Or do I want to try and kill them? Or do I want to run? I said one of those twice. Here he can kill the Lee Sin, which is what I think he's going around to do. Alright, that was kind of bad. Oh yeah, that's something that's kind of hard to do with Zyra. It is possible to activate your saplings. I'm too used to Maokai. It's possible to shoot a skill shot and then put a plant in the skill shot's path to have it activated. But something you don't want to do, I'll actually show you. Oh, laggy. Alright, right here, he sends out his E, and then he puts a plant down a little bit too late. See, the plant didn't actually get activated, so he lost damage and the slow from it. That was a really good barrier by Caitlyn. So that's something to note with Zyra. You always want to be landing your plants. You don't want to put them down because they do nothing for you if you just put them down and don't activate them. I mean, their vision. See there, he's just E run away, E run away. You can kite pretty well with a Q, but you do have to stop moving to use it. So if you really just need to run, don't use your Q. What did he just? Why did he? Alright, now he can kill it with the passive. Something that's very, very frustrating with Zyra's passive. I don't know if they fixed this, but when Zyra first came out, I found it annoying. I just could not stand it. Right after you die, you turn into the plant, and for 2 seconds, you have to actually turn into the plant. You can't use your passive yet. So, but if you try and use your passive in those 2 seconds, it will actually activate, and then as soon as you spawn into a real plant, it'll shoot in that direction. So something that can be annoying is, let's say you're playing, like, alright, I don't want to pause the video, but if you aim your passive in those 2 seconds, and then in the next 2 like right after you die, if you aim your passive, and then they move in the next 2 seconds, you can't readjust the aim, and it becomes very frustrating because you already shot it because you forgot about the 2-second delay. I don't know. It's more of just a pet peeve for me, but I think many people may find it annoying. So the way to get around that, is to just wait until the 2 seconds are over. He should just ult. Alright, that ult was a little late. I mean, he still got the triple knockup, but alright, so he made some mistakes there. And the most prominent mistake was ulting, like the ult late didn't actually end up changing the course of anything, but you probably want to ult a little bit earlier. And a different mistake was Zyra is a long range mage. He was standing really close to him, just like auto attacking. You should be running in that time, not standing right up next to him and just auto attacking. That's one little mistake that he made. He didn't end up dying because I didn't have a lot of damage, but it was risky and there was no point to it. Don't get hit by skill shots. That's all I can say there. I mean, he should have realized that this is not just if the jungle against me, what happens? You have to think at every moment of the game, can my land opponent kill me? He should have thought to himself, Lux's Q is a long range snare that lasts for a little bit of time. If I get hit by that snare, the enemy team will capitalize and I will die. Can I get hit by the snare if I go into this position? I know it sounds like a lot, and it kind of is, but you don't really have to think it through that thoroughly. You just have to think to yourself, will I die, or is there a chance I'm going to die if I do this? He should have been like, if I get hit by a Q, I'm dead. In this position, I'm going to get hit by a Q. I shouldn't go there. Now, it's just, that's something you kind of learn with practice. Why am I watching her? That was a terrible channel. Okay, alright. I guess it wasn't, but a Shen-ult for a kill on the support is not exactly worth it. I don't know, it's on like a 3-minute cooldown. And you can use it to save your teammate and get a kill a lot of times. So, Zyra's really good at soloing blue because her plants will take it for her. Tank it and take it. Keep watching this guy. So, I think he could have tried to catch someone out with an E there. I'm not really sure, but I don't know. He's building fine. That's what you want. You want to get Athenes early. Alright, right here. Will they win? I don't think they'll win a fight, honestly. Shen's really tanky. I mean, he only has 40 of magic resist, but I don't think they can win a fight. Maybe. Alright, now here's the time. You just lay down your ult right there. Now lay down your ult, lay down your ult, lay down your ult, go. Okay, there we go. But it was kind of late. Like, that's actually, this guy does that a lot with Zyra. He's ults, like he saves his ult for so long. When you see a fight breaking out, just ult. Alright, that time he just didn't realize that she was there. He actually, oh, he lived. That was pretty good. I mean, they still died. It still was very unfavorable for purple team, but he didn't die, so that's good. Oh, something to note. This is just a little thing. Look, it's 13 to 10. 13 to 11. This team has more kills, but these guys are winning by 3,000 gold. 3,000 gold is like an entire BT, or practically a death cap on your AP carry. 3,000 gold is huge, and they're losing in kills. And now it's about to be more. No, okay, now it's actually 3,000. I was lying earlier. But, that's really something to know in all your games, guys. That it doesn't matter. It does matter who has more kills. But just because you have more kills, he's dead here. Just because you have more kills doesn't mean that you're winning the game. They're still winning in gold by such a large amount. Because you have to think towers, minions, and objectives. Like if you've taken like 3 dragons over the enemy team, then you're probably going to be ahead in gold, even if it's like 10 to 20. And if you look at minions, the AD carry, Vayne's, alright, that's bad. See, Zyra's winning by 30 CS in mid lane. Even though she has 6 kills, she's winning by 30 CS. So the team gold is going to be greater. Alright, so now he's respawning. These people need assistance. They're going to get that tower, they can't stop them.
Double team's turret has been destroyed.
Oh, sorry, keep yawning. Oh, I was open there. Alright, she got lucky. Or maybe she planned for that. I don't know, I think she just got lucky. If she had been hit by that Q, it would have been lethal. I'm fairly certain. Yeah, with Lux's Salt, it's tons of damage. Or a lot. I don't mean to do that when I say it. I'm honestly telling you guys, it's an accident. It would be a lot of damage. That's good, CS. In the mid lane, like when during the landing phase, you try and avoid as much as possible. Actually, no. Screw that. Never use your E to CS. Because you can use your E to push your lane, which is different. But if you ever use your E to CS, you're completely vulnerable to a gank. If you have wards on, like, if you're completely covered with wards, then you might maybe want to use it. But avoid it as much as possible, because using your E to CS is going to get you like a little gold, and you lose your only escape when you do that. So you got to be wary. You can use your E for poke, because that's more important than CS. But just don't. It's one of her only escape moves, so don't use it really freely. You can use it a lot, but just it's kind of hard to explain what I'm trying to say. Oh my gosh, alt early. He's making that mistake every single fight with Zyra. Alright, I can tell you why. Zyra's alt is a 2-part alt. The first time you put it down, you put a bunch of planties out, and it damages everyone it hits. The second time, it contracts and it knocks everyone up. If you want to get both parts of Zyra's ult, you have to use it early in the fight. Because at a later stage in the fight, either the enemy's all going to be retreating, or they're going to be like on top of your team and moving a lot. Early on the fight, you can kind of tell where it's going to be, because that's when the actual fighting is happening. So it's not going to move. The actual fighting doesn't move a lot. So you can ult in the middle of it. What am I doing? You can ult in the middle of it, and you will hit a lot of their team with both sides. So you gotta ult early with Zyra. He's ulting late. You gotta ult early. Sometimes if you ult early, it makes them disengage. Like, okay, that was just a dick move. What the heck? What was that? Alright. What the heck? Alright. Moving on. That didn't happen. We're pretending it did not happen. Zyra with red buff, you know, that's pretty new meta. Alright, screw it, that didn't happen. What the heck was I saying? I can't focus now. Oh yeah, he's leveling W, really, that's really bad. Because the E snare, I'm almost positive the duration goes up. Yeah, it does. It's really bad at level W. You don't need CDR at all. Like, okay, you need CDR, but definitely get your E. It's huge. Yeah, so you gotta ult early. Alright, oh, I remember what I was saying. The one downside to ulting early is that sometimes you're gonna ult, and then as soon as they see that ult come down, they're all gonna run from you. Because they're like, okay, Zyra's ult's down, we'll disengage, refight when it's gone, and then we'll have an advantage. But most of the time, you're gonna get more benefit by just ulting early. There, he has ult. Go back. Alright, no, okay, no. It was fine not to ult, because I was a losing fight. But, just ult early so you get both benefits, and you just gotta not save it till the end. Most of the time, the fighting will continue even though you use your ultimate, and they won't like disengage and have you be wasted. I'm not saying it's 100%, but that's what's gonna happen most of the time. Alright, watching these guys fight, hit minions, E, smite, wave. Alright, that hurts. Okay, I don't know what Fiora is thinking. Something to note about Fiora. She, okay. That should not have happened. She doesn't have smite. He has so much more damage than she does. There was no reason to, that was funny. You should never solo drag as Fiora, and the reason you never want to solo drag as Fiora is because not only does she not have a large damage spell like Nunu or Cho'Gath to steal it from the smiters, but she also has no escape. So, again, that guy should have thought to himself, if they find me here, what's gonna happen? I'm gonna die. So, he didn't think that through, and he ended up dying. Now, he got the dragon, which was lucky, but he didn't deserve it, honestly. The Lee Sin should have taken it. They should have been down like a huge gold swing, because they would have the dragon instead of them, and the Fiora would have died. So, it was just a terrible move. It ended up working out, but it's just, you try and avoid that as much as possible. Think to yourself, if I do this, no, if the enemy comes, what's gonna happen? So, here, again, he ulted so late that it didn't even come down in the fight. You gotta ult earlier. Did she show us passive? Like, alright, granted, that was a losing fight, but that guy's low, and a Zyra ult is huge. You have to, alright, let's watch the fight again. Let's do instant replay, everybody. Instant replay. So, we're watching the Zyra. I'll tell you, the fight broke out. Now, right? Alright, we're gonna go back. We're going to watch her for a bit. I don't want to direct the camera. Slow it down. Alright. Speed it up, slow it down. Speed it up, slow it down. Right? Alright, that Q is kind of a fight starter. That E and that auto attack, those are fight starters. So instead of Qing there, she should have just ulted immediately. Because she knew the fight was going to start, and she just got chain CC'd so badly that she never actually had time to ult after the initial fight. And another mistake was she walked up way too close. Like, start, you got Q'd, you fall back. Right there, she walks up. She's walking up. That's a really bad mistake because Zyra is a squishy, sustained damage, ranged mage. If you go up close, you're going to get CC'd and you're going to get killed. You have to stay in the back and do as much as you can in your power to damage them from the back lines. You don't want to go up in the middle of the fight like that. It was a pretty bad mistake with Zyra. You always just want to stay in the back. She's not a close range fighter. Like, don't walk up to Q like two people. Just stay in the back. Stay in the back and use your spells. Spam your spells as much as you can. Try. Alright, this part's... your plants are probably just gonna die in the team fights. They don't deal that much. They're more for like dueling. But alright, we can watch normal speed. But like your plants are probably just gonna get AoE killed by something. Ult right now. Good. Alright. He's dead. But oh no, he's gonna get Q'd. Yeah, he's dead. I mean, it was a good ult, but I didn't realize, and neither did he, that the rest of their team was there, so it was a losing fight. I mean, his ult being on cooldown doesn't matter, because by the time he's up, it's practically going to be off cooldown. But you, for the most part, just want to ult. Like, if you're going to die, just ult. There's almost... If you're going to die at this stage in the game when the cooldowns are kind of low and the death timers are kind of high, you're just going to want to ult and then get some damage down and maybe give you a chance to live. Because if the rest of her team had been there, they could have capitalized on it. That was a bad engage, but I don't think it was a good engage, but Zinzo. Go back to the fight. I don't care about Zlod. You the sexy.
Rampage.
This Lux is not bad. I mean, granted, she kind of got fed off the Zyra. Gonna get that. No, that was brutal. Something the Fiora messed up in is Fiora's Q. The way Fiora's Q works is it's a gap closer that you can use twice and it deals damage. Wow, that man. It's a gap closer that you can use twice that deals damage. So when you're standing right next to them attacking, don't just double Q for the damage. It's a really, really bad idea. You want to wait until either they, like, if you're against a Vayne, this is a perfect example. You're against a Vayne. You're auto attacking her. She's running from you. She uses her E to get away. Right after she uses her E, you can Q and close the distance immediately. And then she's gonna use her. Alright, there again. It was a late ult. He's ulting really late. And then that passive shot was bad. But you want to use your Q after they've used their gap closer. Or after they've used their gap maker, I guess. Because Vayne ease you away, you Q back in. Vayne tumbles, you Q back in. Instead of just using it for the damage, which you're still getting, you can also use it as a gap closer. So just save it. Don't, like, use this to use it in the duel. Unless you really need the damage. Alright, that... that Sona ult and Lee Sin ult were both so awful. And then Xin Zhao just, like, walks up, ults, I don't even know. Ugh. Is Zyra back alive yet? Why do I keep yawning? I'm sorry. I'm not even that tired. Well, I'm kind of tired. Fall back, you can't win a fight. Fall back. Yep. Alright. This team on the right here. Okay. Oh, y'all's on cooldown. It wouldn't be even getting good time to ult. Now, this team on the right is very, very AoE centric. They have Sona ult, Zyra ult, and then Fiora ult. And even Xin Zhao ult. I mean, that's not as much because it knocks them away, but it's still AoE. So, with that kind of team comp, this is what you want to do. You want to not get stunned over the wall and die, but rather you want to group up and try and not fight until all of you are alive and together with all of your ultimates up. Because that's the only way they can win a fight at this stage in the game. They all ult, they get a big old wombo combo and just destroy the enemy team. Otherwise, Vayne's just gonna destroy him. I mean, they're still already being destroyed. Alright, now wasn't it 10 to 13? It was like 10 to 11. At one stage in this game, it was 10 to 11. Or no, it was 13 to 10. And then they got one team got 3 kills, and one team got 23 kills. I don't think it's actually that bad, but no, let me think. 13 to 34 is 21. So yeah. At this stage in the game, purple is doing they're pretty bad off. I mean, it's not over. It's a 6,000 gold difference, which is not. Alright, that was Shen had the perfect Taunt opportunity. I don't know why he didn't do it. It was perfect. Double taunts, just kill. Now that was actually good. It was bad by the enemy team, but good by the Zyra. Because hey, let's watch that again. He just messaged me, lol, I suck. It doesn't matter, we're watching it again. I want to check Shen. Shen's taunt isn't even on CD. Shen's taunt is off CD. I have no idea why he did not use it there. Anyways, continuing with this. So Fiora should just run. That was a really late juke. Now, yeah, okay, that was a good ult because right as the Vayne took tower aggro, Vayne being the most important member, he ulted, so she was knocked up and couldn't get away from the tower aggro. And then here, the Vayne's gonna kill her. She dies in like one shot. It's fine. That was actually. Oh, they're not doing bad here. That was actually pretty good comeback. I mean, I think they are still losing by okay. Let's just pretend that didn't happen. again with like the red buff one. Anyways, back to whatever. What was I saying? Oh yeah, they're losing by like 5,000 gold. But I think I kind of feel confident in their ability to win team fight, because this team fight's really not that. Okay, I guess I kind of lied. Vayne is okay. Actually, this team's got a pretty strong team fight, because the way this team fight works is someone, Lee Sin, like goes into the middle of their team, or Shen taunts in. If Lee Sin goes in, then Shen's gonna ult Lee Sin. Actually, no, Shen's not gonna ult during the fight. Shen's gonna start a fight with his taunt, or Lux is gonna start it with a Q, which gets Shen to a taunt. The member who gets Q'd gets a lot of damage down. And then Taric ults, giving his entire team an AD buff and an AP buff. Lee Sin Q's like into the fight, and he tries to get as much damage on the front line as possible, and if he can, ward jump to the back line and ult someone into their team. Lux is staying in the background, shooting out all of her skill shots, like her E, her ultimate, dealing a lot of damage where it's hard to kill her. And then Vayne is kind of in the front line, but she's so mobile and hard to kill with her ult that she's dealing a lot of damage, a lot, not tons, a lot of damage to their team, and they're just getting torn apart by Vayne. And the instant they start trying to focus Vayne, Taric stuns the one trying to kill Vayne, Lee Sin kicks him away, Lux is gonna shield Vayne, Vayne's gonna get the Shen ult. They gotta protect the Vayne team comp. Right there, ult! Oh my gosh, Zlod! No! That was perfect. They had the wombo combo. They're still gonna lose. They would have lost the fight because it's a 4v5, but they had the wombo combo. Alright, this is apparently huge. I don't know how many people do it, if it's just Zlod or if it's everyone. Ult early when you play Zyra. Like, worst comes to worst, they're gonna disengage, you're gonna waste your ult, but it's much better than waiting to use it and then either not getting to use it or using it unideally. Just ult early, because it's a long ultimate. It takes forever to activate fully, so you don't use it early, you're not going to get the full effect out of it. And at this stage, yeah, they're just getting destroyed. Or comes up, tries to do something, blah blah blah. They all died. Zinzao got caught, made it a 4v5, it was very hard to win, and Lux is hella dead. So, I'm assuming it is over. Very soon, yep, it is started. So guys, this was my first tutor. I want to say a couple things before this ends. First, I want to thank you guys for watching. Thank you for following me, whatever. And second, if you want to have me do this on one of your games, I know I'm kind of critical, but the only reason I say things that I say is because I want the player to get better. And the only way for them to get better is to know what mistakes they made and how to not make those mistakes in the future. So I'm trying to tell you guys what mistakes these people are making. And third, maybe this is part 2. I don't know. Just if you want me to do this for one of your games, you got a couple options. One, you could comment in below. Comment your summoner name. If you want, comment your elo. And then comment what you need help with. Like, if you need help with a specific thing, like last hitting, I wouldn't do a full game. Or if you just want general help, do a full game. And give me a reason why I should do your game. And then, if I think it's good, I will ask you to send me the replay, or I'll spectate one of your games that you're having right then, because you can friend me on League. And I will put it on YouTube and give you guys advice. And fourth/third, I'm sorry, this is taking a long time. But fourth/third, share this. Like, it's really important for a lot of people to know about this, because I'm doing this to help the community, and I'm sure a lot of people would enjoy having advice from a Diamond 3, because I mean, it's a pretty high skill level. So, I really hope you guys enjoyed this. Please like and subscribe, and if you want me to do this for one of your games, just comment below, and I will see you guys later.